Shaking folks, T-Biz here, and we got something special today, man. Something that goes way back to when I was a kid, man. Just the Manglors. Really cool. We got a primitive Manglor, Manglosaurian warrior right here, and a Manglord. So yeah, this is like totally goes back to the mid 80s when I was a kid. I had one of them. I think I had the Dragon Manglor, which these things were cool. And if you've seen the commercial, which I'll show you in a little bit, that yeah, man, they're pretty neat because you could just like take them apart. They were kind of gummy, and and you could take them apart, put them back together because they kind of stuck together because they're so gummy and sticky. But after a while, if you're like me and you really ragged out your figures and toys, it just got lint and dirt and dust on it, and it would no longer stick together. But the concept and idea was really cool, and it looked really cool, and it kind of fooled you on the commercial, just like sea monkeys and stuff like that, and the pet rock and Mexican jumping beans. But other than that, they still looked really cool. I think if you just left them alone, left them together, you'd have a cool figure for quite some time. And if you knew how to take care of stuff like that back then, at least really squishy, squiggly, gummy toys back then and stuff, which, yeah, there weren't a lot of those that were like that. They had, jigglers, but yeah, not a lot like the Manglors. Anyways, yeah, we got to dip into this. Got these from Toyfinity. I haven't bought anything from Toyfinity in quite some time. I think the last stuff I probably bought was Max Steel RoboForce or RoboForce figures, which Nacelle has the rights to now, so they're making RoboForce, and kind of want to check those out, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. Maybe I'll check them out sometime soon. I don't know when, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And of course, with I think the Wave 1.5, or I think the Wave 1 already sold out, but I think they're gonna have a Wave 1.5 coming again, so you can get this guy again, and I think you can get a Proto Lord, which is just like a green colored, like a forest green and maybe a sea green colored Manglor and stuff. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and dip into these and check them out.
Or the egg. Maybe it was a Manglor, like Manglor Demon. You can pretend to hatch Manglor Dragon and Manglizard, too, each sold separately in a make-believe egg. You can stretch them, squash them, take them apart. They'll return almost like new to their original forms.
Pretty freaking awesome, man. I like the sculpt on these, and I'm imagining we'll see from, like, I guess Onell Design and the God Beast and maybe even Toy Pizza, a lot of this stuff incorporated, and maybe new pieces and color waves from other properties to add to these guys, maybe Zool Beast and stuff like that. But or maybe they'll incorporate these two with like Warlords of War and Battle Tribes and a lot of other stuff. But so far, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool homage to the old Manglors. Sculpt is absolutely amazing. Lots of different cuts. You got an ankle right there. There's a cut right there above the knee. That's pretty cool. Everything's separate. Got a waist right here. Arms go all the way around. Got a forearm and head. And I guess this thing could come off and be like a poncho or something. And it looks like it has a reversible head, which really reminds me a lot of like Onell stuff that you can incorporate. Have like two different figures in one. And I remember when who was it, Four Horsemen were doing Power Lords. I wish they'd get that back again, man. The Power Lords wave for Glyos stuff was really cool from the Four Horsemen. You incorporate these with the Outer Spaceman too, because it's all Glyos stuff, so it all comes apart. Every single cut you see, it all comes apart. And you got holes for stands on the bottom of the feet. So everything's good to go, man, as far as wanting to customize and make some cool stuff. And yeah, the sculpt is amazing, really outstanding. Comes with an extra arm. Sculpt there is killer. There's a cut right there, so you can take that apart and so on. And really cool. And in true Glyos fashion, if you bought a ton of these, you can make a lot of other different characters, and it's pretty much all the same dude. Pretty much, just different colors. So you're getting the same thing over and over. But like with the Manglosaurian, you can add all these extra bits and pieces because it came with extra stuff. Besides this arm, it came with this pack, which we have this cool looking like alien type. It's just really alien and crazy looking. But this comes apart, so yeah. So you can make something really wicked, especially if you bought a couple of them. Just looks like something out of like a Metroid game or something. It's really cool. Another cut right there, so you can take that apart. And you could probably use that as the head instead or whatever, like a helmet. Or just a separate piece, maybe like a weapon too. You do whatever you want with it, so it's really cool. They all came with switch pins, obviously. It's the herpes of Glyos, so we got a bunch of switch pins. Put them in a baggie because you don't want to lose them. And they all came with the extra little pin too, like the primitive Manglor came with this. So you can do something with this. I'm not sure what, but I have to figure it out at some point. And let's see, I think that's about it. And then we got 2 extra pieces right here. So that's cool if you want to give your figure some added articulation. That is pretty rad too. And other than that, yeah, man, a lot of cool stuff. And here's our Warrior Manglord. He looks like a scroll. Really dig him a lot. The colors really pop on him. And there's another pre-order up right now. So if you want to get this guy, and I think the Proto Lord, yeah, you can totally do that. So, but the first wave, yeah, sold out. So really awesome, man. Really cool. And if you have other Glyos stuff, you can totally customize the crap out of it. And yeah, once again, a unique little pin thing. I guess it could be an eyeball or something, or you do whatever you want with it. Or make that like end of a weapon or some kind of weird phaser beam or something. And once again, this cool arm. Really nifty stuff. And yeah, man, just really, really cool. I guess now we're just gonna have to see what we can do with them, folks. And here we go. And here's the Manglosaurian. I basically just added the parts in any which way I wanted, and yeah, you can just get some kind of crazy creature from like a video game or something or whatever. And yeah, it's pretty neat, man. It's pretty fun stuff. If you have more Glyos stuff and you're curious about it, just do some research online and yeah, or watch some of my old videos. Just dig deep in some of my Glyos videos, which there's a lot of them, and check it out, man, because yeah, really cool stuff. And you can always customize or just leave it as is, or just have this guy just be some weird freakazoid thing, man. Just really cool stuff, man. Really fun, man. And I'm glad they brought these back, dude, because like I said, these were like a cool toy back in the day. They could have been a little bit better, but for back then, you know, it was, I don't know, it's neat, man. It's just funny to go back to my childhood when you had like, I don't know, when things look cool, but they weren't as cool as they seem. And this brings up the argument that, I mean, they're still cool in their own way, don't get me wrong. They still are, especially if I had my chance to get like vintage Manglors in good shape. Yeah, I'd totally do it. Would I take better care of them? Heck yeah, I would. But nowadays, people are just so, like I noticed on like Instagram and Facebook, people are so concerned with like pinless legs, which pinless stuff is cool, man. It's neat, dude. But people are just so obsessed with nitpicking things and being super obsessive about they just want, everybody wants a Fison figure that's not a Fison figure, a TB League figure that's not a TB League figure. And it's not really all that possible. And people just always are crapping on toys, man. It's like, and we've come a long way from like, Mego is still awesome. Mego's still way ahead of their time. From Megos to Takara's Microman, to like G.I. Joe, to Kenner Star Wars, to, you know, to Toy Biz, you know, the 6-inch Toy Biz line, and just like a lot of cool stuff, man. Everything's like He-Man, you know, vintage He-Man. Everything has just kind of evolved over the years. And sometimes you got to just look back at it. And I guess if you're a noob and you're just not used to growing up with all that stuff, I can kind of understand it. But I know I get tired of this, you know, playing the same old song. But toys have evolved in quite so, you know, in a lot of ways, and it's really cool. And sometimes simple is better, and sometimes crazy stuff is pretty cool too. So you can either take it or leave it. It's all, you know, it's all what you like, you know. Nobody's forcing you to get this stuff. Anyways, yeah, that's a look for the Manglors from Toyfinity. Man, go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description for you. And they're really, really cool. And if you're curious about Glyos, like I said, just look into some of my old videos, and I got plenty of it. Probably need to make some playlists at some point. I'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks for watching, y'all, and have a good one. All right, later.